It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories in 90 seconds.
We just ran for our lives and it was nothing but just white, thick cloud of dust and very hard to see and to breathe.
Nearly 100 people are still unaccounted for after a condo complex partially collapses in South Florida.
I look down the hallway and it's a very long hallway, probably 100 yards, 75 yards, and there was nothing there.
Tonight, we have the latest updates as the search for survivors enters its 19th hour.
He had a passion for community, for service, and for his family.
We know Officer Gordon Beasley had a passion for his community. Tonight, friends share more about his love for music.
Because he was a singing and playing drummer. He could do both, and the crowd loved it.
Several fires continue to grow across Colorado, including one northwest of Colorado that produced this fire-nado. But Mother Nature is providing much-needed relief.
Normally a forecast for cool, wet weather the weekend wouldn't be welcome, but I think you're going to like to hear what I have to say for this one.
Plus, a Colorado man chooses to live his most authentic life for the countless number of people across the world who don't have the same chance.
Being gay, there is not just a sin, it's a crime. And in a lot of countries in the Middle East, it's punishable by death.
Good Thursday evening, and thank you for watching Denver7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. We want to get right out to Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson because, Mike, we have a welcomed sight of rain on the radar tonight.
Jessica, this is really good news. Normally looking into a summer weekend, you wouldn't want to have to be cool and wet, but we need that moisture. Now for Denver this evening, not much. We have cloudy skies around. There have been a few little rumbles of thunder, a little bit more up toward Fort Collins and Greeley. Some severe weather has been occurring out over the eastern plains and some good rain out to the west, which is wonderful news because they really need the moisture out there. Across Colorado, there's a severe thunderstorm watch on the eastern plains. That's valid until 10 o'clock tonight. And this cold front moving southward is going to bring us more humidity, lower temperatures, and a better chance of showers and thunderstorms not only tonight, but off and on through the next 72 hours. So cooler for the weekend. Showers and storms are likely. Rain will fall not only over eastern Colorado, but much of the state sees a good chance of some showers, which is very good news given the fire danger across the state.
This is a much needed change. Thank you, Mike. This rain is really needed on the western half of our state. The latest drought monitor released today shows exceptional and extreme drought across the entire western half of our state. The effects of the drought are on full display in Eagle County. The Sylvan Fire is burning more than 3,700 acres near Eagle. The Rocky Mountain Type 1 Incident Management Team took over control of the fire today, bringing more resources to tackle the blaze. Numerous residents in Eagle have been told to prepare to evacuate just in case.
I haven't quite done a to-go bag yet, but I know exactly what I'm taking and where it is. I think I don't want to do it yet because it makes it too real.
Fire crews fear if we don't get more rain, we could see another fire season like last year. There are two other fires we're especially keeping an eye on tonight. One is the Muddy Slide Fire a few miles outside of Kremling. 4,000 acres have burned and a handful of people are still out of their homes tonight. So far, there's no word of any buildings being lost. The Oil Springs Fire is the other one we're watching. This is about 20 miles south of Wrangley. 11,000 acres have burned and evacuations and road closures remain in effect. And take a look at this video from northwestern Colorado. This is from the West Fire near the Utah border. A hotshot team took this video of a fire-nado. The West Fire stands at more than 3,400 acres. Tonight, search efforts continue for survivors after a residential building partially collapsed in South Florida. As of this hour, as many as 99 people are missing. 3 people are confirmed to have died. So far, crews have rescued 35 people who were trapped in the building in a small beach town north of Miami.
This process is slow and methodical. You see that every time there's a shift in the rubble, we have additional rubble that shifts on us.
It could still be weeks to determine how the building collapsed. ABC's Rena Roy spoke to several witnesses who say they are just lucky to be alive.
The massive search and rescue efforts continue in Surfside, Florida, just north of Miami Beach. Security cameras from an adjacent building captured the moment the apartment building partially collapsed.
We had a 12-story, 136-unit apartment complex that had sustained a partial collapse.
The Miami-Dade Fire Rescue says more than 80 units were sent to the scene.
There's not a lot that Little Surfside can do except ring the alarm bell, and we rang the alarm bell, and Mayor Cava sent the cavalry, as did the governor.
Dramatic rescues playing out in the early morning hours. One victim pulled from the debris pile. Other residents rescued from their balconies. Gabe Neer and his family moved into the building 6 months ago. They ran outside after they heard the first collapse.
We just ran for our lives, and it was nothing but just white, thick cloud of dust, and very hard to see and to breathe. It was terrible.
Florida's governor toured the devastation Thursday afternoon.
To be able to see, and the TV doesn't do it justice. I mean, it is really, really traumatic to see the collapse of a massive structure like that.
Nicholas Fernandez owns 2 units in the building. 3 close friends were staying in one of those condos.
I'm not even concerned about my unit. I don't care. It's material. I just want them to be good.
The Red Cross now working with city and state officials to help those who have been displaced.
Not only are they getting hotel rooms, they're getting help with their medicines, with blankets, with clothing, because of course there they are with nothing. They were evacuated in the night.
Rena Roy, ABC News, Surfside, Florida.
In Florida, buildings have to undergo a recertification process every 40 years. Records show this building had structural and electrical inspections done. The roof was still being worked on, but concrete and cement work had not yet started. A commissioner in the town of Surfside says engineers were just at the building yesterday.
This building has been under a lot of scrutiny lately with the 40-year recertification of the building. There have been a lot of engineers involved in the plans and with recent inspections.
The town's mayor says the truth will come out, but right now they're only worried about finding any remaining survivors. Tonight, the Arvada community continues its healing process after a shooting in Old Town on Monday, and it killed a police officer as well as a Good Samaritan. Denver7's Eddie Guajardo joins us live from the Shrine of St. Anne's Catholic Parish in Arvada, where a vigil is just wrapping up. Addie?
Well, Jessica, there are countless officers and deputies from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office out here to ensure the safety of this community as they prayed for peace during a vigil at a community church that just wrapped up. Tonight, they mourned those 2 lives lost and that tragedy on Monday that rocked this small town community. Now, there wasn't a seat open inside the Shrine of St. Anne Catholic Parish. Residents from near and far came out to help this community heal and pray for Officer Gordon Beasley, John Hurley, and their families. The city manager and the deputy chief from the Arvada Police Department shared their condolences tonight. Many tell me it's vital to come together and show solidarity.
For an end to this ridiculous violence that we're seeing in our society, and it struck home.
Now you can see the countless people pouring out of the church right now. Immense support tonight for not 1, but 2 heroes. And tonight we're learning more about Beasley's love for music and his passion for drumming.
Gordon used to play a song called The Greaseball Creeper.
A song about an oil change Nathan Nicholas says Gordon Beasley wrote, played, and sang. A skill he taught Nate.
The greaseball creeper, gotta change your oil just fast you can, but it's house strip bolts and a leather man.
Every note and every beat in Beasley's song brings back memories of him on the stage.
He was a singing and playing drummer. He could do both, and the crowd loved it.
Looks that mesmerized even his own bandmates.
The rest of us would just watch this big, muscular guy. He had long, bushy hair.
He loved Elvis Presley.
It was Fever by Elvis Presley.
And Led Zeppelin.
He's just a fun-loving guy.
Beasley played the drums in several bands, the most notable, Brethren Fast and the Railbenders.
He knew what to play during the verse, the chorus, the bridge, and that's what made him an in-demand drummer. And he was good looking on the stage.
His passion for the drums pulsed through his veins as a kid.
There's something special about him.
A musician who liked to march to the beat of his own drum.
I don't think I ever heard the guy use profanity.
Nathan says Beasley's smile was a glimpse into his big heart.
He had a passion for community, for service, and for his family.
Friends are still processing his murder.
And it was a shock. Yeah, really hits home.
A loss for the music community.
Overall, the music community lost, we lost family, a family member, a brother.
Beasley may be gone, but he lives on through his songs. Every soul he touched with every stroke roll.
Nathan knew Beasley for 26 years. He tells me Beasley not only taught him about drumming, but he hand-selected him to replace him on the Brethren Fast Band. Friends of Beasley also tell me he used music to connect with kids at school. Reporting live in Arvada, Addie Guajardo, Denver 7 on Local 3.
He was incredibly loved. Thank you, Addie. Funeral services will be held Tuesday for Arvada Police Officer Gordon Beasley. Family, police, and guests will only be allowed in. Everyone else must watch through a live stream. We'll have that up and running on Denver7 Plus as well as the denverchannel.com. Services begin at 10 a.m.
Escape was the only way I would survive, the only way to find peace.
A Colorado man forced to leave the world he had known to live his authentic life.
Life is worth living. Love is out there and you're gonna find it.
Temperatures not as hot today and quite a bit cooler for the weekend.
The memories of the East Troublesome fire are still fresh in the minds of so many.
Who imagined it would take out a whole neighborhood in 20 minutes?
But the community of Grand Lake is proving its resiliency to rebuild better than ever.
And when the rubber hit the road, Grand Lake stepped up and showed what this town is made of.